strategies in order to achieve their goals in the future. So the reason why states actually do strategies, actually, first reason is to define national priorities. A strategy helps a country define what is most important: economic growth, security, innovation, tourism, and education. Okay, again, we can make addition here: health, transportation system, because these all are in equal importance for the government, right? So the second reason is to compete in the global environment. Actually, nowadays we know that in today's fast-paced world, like governments, countries compete for their investment, talent, technology, markets, and political influence. Actually, we know that every country has their own priorities, so they compete for that. Some country is good at investment in talent or technology, some markets. So clear strategy helps the country strengthen its position and avoid to be behind other countries. So the reason we and even governments do strategy is not to be behind of other countries. So to get some priority and to have some level in the future for themselves. So another reason is to use resources efficiently. We know that every country has certain resources, right? So these resources has an end. It is limited. Everything has an end in this life. So if we have strong strategy, we can use these resources properly in the future. For example, resources might be money, natural resources, human capital. So if the country has a strong strategy, if plans properly its resources in the future, they can use it for more years. And also it might be enough for a future generation as well. So another reason is to increase stability and predictability. When a country has a long-term plan, actually it gives a predictability for investors, businesses, and international partners. Actually, you know, investors, when they invest to the country, actually they first of all just observe the country. They see whether this country is very serious about their future, whether they have proper plan, because they don't just invest. They first observe, because it's money. Money, like when they invest, they have to get profit, right? They just observe, they see whether we have strong long-term plans. After that, they will invest. So this strategy actually gives an idea to the investors whether to invest to the country or not. Another reason is to respond to global challenges. Global challenges actually includes climate change, economic crisis, pandemics, and geopolitical tensions. So actually we know that in today's dynamic world, everything has changed so fast. Every day we have changes. Like, for example, we cannot imagine what will happen tomorrow. We cannot guess, for example, changes might happen. So economic crises are also possible, like money devaluations, pandemics, for example. Everybody knows, like 2019 years, there was pandemics and it spread it all over the globe. So this has affected the economy of the countries, right? Geopolitical tensions, it means like tensions over disputes, fights over border, over trade, and other issues between two countries or more countries. So in order to stop it, in order to get out of this situation, we should have strategy. Another reason is to improve citizens' quality of life. Actually, we do strategies for improving our life condition, right? To improve, to have sustainable development. Governments also does the same. So they do the strategies in order to improve the quality of life, create jobs, increase income, improve healthcare and education, build safe and prosperous communities. So how we can improve our economy? Of course, we should first of all create jobs. For that reason, even in Uzbekistan, private sectors, private entrepreneurs are supported to open new new organizations, new workplaces, in order to create more job places, workplaces for people. Well, the last one is to shape the country's global image. Actually, if we have strategy, actually, it means that we are planning to have in such a level, to be in such a level in the future. It means our image, if we have strategy, so we are good at planning in the future, like culture, tourism, innovation, diplomacy, as you see. Some people are good at culture, some people are good at tourism or innovation or diplomacy. So because of that, they make strategies in order to have some position in the future among all the countries in the globe. So I mentioned here two countries, as you see, Uzbekistan strategy to 2030. As I live in Uzbekistan, I know that about strategy better and well. But when I was preparing this presentation, I was also interested about the strategy of Indonesia. And of course, I came across to this strategy, like the future of Indonesia in 2045, Road to Golden Indonesia 2045. I was interested and I was looking for the information about it. So before starting about government strategy, I will first I want to say about the level of strategy. So we have actually three levels of strategy. First is national strategy. It means like a strategy of the countries, states. And the second one is international organization strategy. We know that United Nations and ASEAN and NATO, like these multinational companies. So then the last one is strategy of the companies, which export their products outside. Well, Uzbekistan. Now let's start from Uzbekistan because I'm sure it is interesting for you. So Uzbekistan strategy is like 2030. So first reason and the first most important one is Uzbekistan wants to shift from lower middle income to upper middle income by 2030. This is the first important strategy of Uzbekistan. And also the second one is Uzbekistan strategy is to double GDP, improve education, healthcare, green economy, and stronger rule and laws. So this is the things that Uzbekistan wants to improve. So here in between, I want to say some important things about Uzbekistan as well. Uzbekistan is located in the middle of Asia, so it is very famous with its traditional historical places. It has provinces like Bukhara, Samarkand, and Khiva with historical places. You will never regret of coming here, and you will enjoy your time because trip to Uzbekistan is very affordable, and you will just see the rich culture here and even taste the traditional food of Uzbekistan. So this international Asian International University is located in Bukhara, one of the historical cities of Uzbekistan. So let's continue with 5 strategic pillars which Uzbekistan covers in its strategy. First is inclusive economic modernization. So in a simple words, I can explain you because sometimes students, when they read books, they don't understand. So if I explain it in a simple way, you can easily understand. So Uzbekistan's plan is to shift from resources to manufacturing and services. Like mostly it wants to concentrate on manufacturing, like textiles, electronics, agriculture, and logistics. The second is human capital and education. So Uzbekistan, of course, another plan is to make partnership with partner universities. For example, if we study in Uzbekistan university for 4 years, we have already planned like if Uzbekistan's universities made partnership with American university, students can study here 2 years. The next 2 years they will study at American university. Or if it is done partnership with Indonesian university, students will study 2 years in Uzbekistan. The next 2 years they will study in Indonesia. So this is the plans. So another is good governance, institutional reform. So here Uzbekistan wants to just avoid anti-corruption, just anti-corruption problem, like, you know, they're working on it because some organizations, we know that trade organizations, when we want to be member of trade organizations, they actually have certain rules, like to be member, we have to have zero corruption in our country. So Uzbekistan is working on it also to be part of the trade organizations. So green economy, climate resilience. So this also includes like reduce water stress and improve irrigation processes. Here in irrigation process, we already in Uzbekistan, we did dripping irrigation. Already it is done, it's on practice nowadays. This is because we know that because of water problem, and because of that, dripping system is already started and it's helping. Another one is integration and competitiveness. Integrate with regional, global chains, improve logistics corridors and digital government services. Well, as you see the picture of Uzbekistan, like 2030, we are just imagining it like, and it's expected to be here, Uzbekistan. So 2030 modernizes the economy and lifts living standards by investing in people and cleaning up governance, greening water and energy systems, and plugging the country into high value global trade. Well, now I'm going to continue with Indonesia's IBSAP 2025 to 2045. So as I know that this is, as as I know that it stands for Indonesian Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan. It is actually 20 years, 2 decades. I was really interested in that because what I felt that Indonesia wants to live in a harmony with nature for the stability of all life forms in Indonesia. Because, you know, we are human beings. We can live in harmony with nature. If, for example, nature is polluted and species are extinct, it doesn't give us healthy life. Because of that, I think Indonesia is promoting, supporting the nature. So the next one is its mission, right? So its mission is like protecting biodiversity, enabling sustainable use, enriching science, technology, and knowledge, strengthening human governance and institutional capacity, biodiversity management. So implementation also is built on 5 guidelines principles: sovereignty, justice, precocious, systematic, measurable approach. Sovereignty, it's like full independence, like means for example, being able to make own decisions, right? So this is tells that how the strategy is strong and how it is good. So, and after that, we can also concentrate to goals of Indonesian strategy, like goal 1, goal 2, and goal 3. Here, actually, it is mostly about nature, like about extinction of the animals. We all know that annually thousands of animals are disappearing. So strategy of Indonesia is about protecting the species in order to keep harmony and keep healthy lifestyle for both human beings and animals. Well, now, as you see, as you paid attention, I am talking about countries' states strategy because I am, first of all, including Asian countries. Now I'm going to talk about Thailand. Thailand's Thought Strategy 2026. Here, what I understood about the strategy of Thailand is Thailand wants to shift from better value to um, from more visitors to better value, attract higher value travelers, spread tourism. What here I understood that Thailand wants to cut overcrowding because if there are so many tourists, there will be more pollution, more crowd. Therefore, they want to attract only highly spending travelers and who stays longer periods. Therefore, they made such a strategy. Another thing is they also started KPI, as you see in our slide. They want to measure how clients are whether complaining or not, how it is developing, whether it's sustainably developing, or they just take it by metrics. They calculate it by metrics. So 5 strategies, strategic pillars of it is value over volume. So as I said above, target of long haul, it means travelers come from far distances. For example, from Europe to Thailand, travelers. They stay in the hotels, right? They spend for tickets. They use some services and they pay for activities. They stay here for long periods. So they calculated these travelers and nature's experiences. These people comes here for ecotourism, for wellness. MICE includes meetings, incentives, and conferences and exhibitions. People who come for conferences, exhibitions, actually these people stay in a premium hotels and they pay for event spaces and they pay for activities as well. So, and also people come for sport. Who comes for marathons, for tournaments, for golf? So this kind of activities actually involve travelers with family, with team members. So this is the reason why Thailand wants these people to attract and wants them to stay longer and spend here. So regional and seasonal balance. And also they want to promote non-coastal areas like where tourists visit less, but they want to make it also touristic area so that to spread people, not to have crowded in one area. And also they want to spread income as well. So third one is sustainable and responsible tourism. So reduce environmental impact, implement carrying capacity rules, and certify eco-friendly operators. Creative, soft power, and culture. So this is the Thailand's all strategies and modern KPI and partnership. Even they also see they spend per visitors, like how they measure with KPI. They move to metrics that measure value spent per visitors, community benefit, emissions per tourist, and by this way they strengthen. So Thailand will stop counting heads. Like as you see, as per the strategy, Thailand will stop counting heads and start counting impact. Fewer crowds, richer experiences, more money for local people, measured by spend, spread, and sustainability. Is it clear? Well, now I want to continue with. Well, actually, Singapore, as we all know, that Singapore is the smallest, one of the smallest countries in the world, and it has very little mineral resources. Even mostly it imports its food, water, and some products from other countries, but still it is considered highly developed country. This is why they have strong strategy. This is the reason they have a strong strategy. So I'm going to continue with Singapore. So, and also Singapore has, interesting facts like Singapore uses Singlish. It has 4 languages like Tamil, they use Chinese dialects, and they add it, the mixture of it brought to the Singlish language. So Singapore wants to make a hub, global hub, the strategy of global hub. Like, for example, it wants to promote a central international hub for finance, trade, logistics, talent, innovation, and digital connectivity. First key goal is financial hub, attract global banks, investment funds, and fintech firms. Fintech firms, it is like firms which use technology and connects technology with the finance and gives like digital wallet like PayPal, Stripes, these kind of apps they create. So maintain strong regulation and political stability. Trade and logistic hub, the second one, world leading port, airport, high efficiency customs and digital trade system. Serve as a transit point linking Asia, Europe, and Middle East. As you see, every country has certain strategy. Actually, they make strategy regarding their resources, what they are good at, and they calculate what is important for them. They mention it and they make strategies according to this. So the third one is talent and innovation hub. Bring in a global specialists, researchers, startups, and multinational headquarters. Promote research and development, biotech, and advanced manufacturing. The fourth is digital and smart nation hub. See, they just want to make hub, only hub, talent innovation hub, digital hub, finance hub. So use the advanced digital infrastructure, cybersecurity, AI, and e-government systems. What it matters globally, Singapore's strategy makes it a gateway for global business into Asia, ensuring economic success despite having few natural resources. Even though it has very few natural resources, but it wants to be hub. It's great. So let's continue with China, Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. So Global Development and Connectivity Strategy launched by China in 2013, actually to build infrastructure, trade routes, and investment networks across Asia, Europe, Africa, and beyond. China is also very interested in Uzbekistan. Nowadays, in our government, we have Chinese investors. They are building actually fast train with Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and China, and also they are working on big projects in Uzbekistan because China is China is very good at manufacturing, and it invests in many countries, and it lends loans to many countries. So the first key goal is for China is infrastructure, connectivity, railways, ports, energy pipelines, highways, digital fiber networks. The second is trade expansion, reduce transportation costs and open new markets for Chinese products and services. We all know that Chinese products spread all over the globe. There is not a single market where there is no Chinese product, because we know manufacturing is very well developed in China, and they have supply chain. They can go even in a single like niche markets, like even single rural areas. Everywhere we can find Chinese products. So third one is investment and development, provide loans, build industrial parks, special economic zones, and energy projects. The fourth is geopolitical influence, strengthens China's diplomatic presence and long-term partnership with many countries. As I mentioned above, it's already doing partnership with Uzbekistan and investing here in our country to improve our industry system and transportation, road system. So why it matters globally? BRI is one of the largest infrastructure programs in modern history, reshaping global trade routes and shifting economic influence towards Asia. Well, let's now look at Japan, Kaizen and global quality strategy. Kaizen, here we teach also to students because it's also very important strategy. Even you guys studied maybe in university, because Kaizen is already spread all over the world, because this strategy actually established by Toyota companies. They started working with it because this Kaizen means slowly, but improving every day. So improving continuously, developing continuously. So high quality, reliable, and innovative products. So key goals, Kaizen structure. Kaizen culture, first of all, small daily improvements in production, management, and services. Empower workers to spot problems and solve them quickly. In Japan, in Toyota company, if they just realize small mistake in the production process, they just stop. They let the workers to stop the process and find the problem, solve it there itself. Because solving the problem on time in its place is much easier and saves time and money rather than solving it at the end of the process, because it would be time consuming at the end of the process. So the second one is global quality leadership, become a world standard for durability, precious, and safety and efficiency. We know that Japan products are very durable, very qualified, and it's popular for that. And this apply quality control system, for example, TQM, just in time, lean manufacturing. I will explain it one by one. TQM, it's total quality management. Actually, quality management controls all the process, starting from the first stage to the end stage. Total quality management is like answers for all the quality of the processes. So just in time, it's this strategy is this is because to just stop spending time or money for storage. Whenever the raw materials are required for production, that time before requiring these products, they just bring these products in order to minimize the expenditure for storage system. So lean manufacturing, it's actually to stop waste and to minimize waste, maximize profit. Now you see the process here, as you see in the picture. Here. So the first stage is identify problems, analyze current processes. The third is create solutions, test the solutions, measure and analyze results, and standardize the solution. We can use this Kaizen strategy even for individuals as well. For example, as an individual, as a student, you have your own goals. You might have some problems, or you might have some issues with your studies, or you just identify the problem. analyze current processes, create solutions, test the solution, and measure and analyze the results, standardize the solution. You can use it individually, in the organization, in the government, everywhere we can use this Kaizen. So third is high-tech competitiveness, focus on robotics, automobiles, electronics, and advanced materials. Customer-centered approach, build long-term trust by ensuring low defect rates and excellent services. Actually, it's right. They put in the first place customers because without the fact they want to give very high-quality products. So why it matters globally. Japan's strategy made the country a global leader in manufacturing, famous for reliability. Toyota, Sony, Panasonic are the examples of this, and for revolutionizing factory management worldwide. Now, as you see, so far I covered Asian countries. Now I want to talk about countries countries located in Europe. So we start from UK. See, we know that the UK is developed country, right? But still they have strategy, like they want to cover 8 growth driving sectors they have, like advanced manufacturing, clean energy, digital and tech, life sciences, creative industries, defense, financial services, and professional business services. Actually, they want to again and again improve and develop these spheres. Then, of course, they want to reduce barriers. Like, for example, as you see in the slides, they want to unlock the economic potential across all UK cities, regions, creating high quality and well-paid jobs nationwide, not just in the London or Southeast. Also, like the strategy aims to unlock economic potential. So another one is it aligns growth in environmental goals. We know that nowadays we have actually polluted atmosphere environment. Therefore, most developed countries also care about it, and they also shift to the better production processes, so that to help to the environment. So clean energy industries and net zero transition are central for UK as well. And support stretches beyond sectors to infrastructure, skills, regulation, and investment climate. So now let's talk about Norway, long-term low emission strategy. Norway, we know that one of the developed countries, right? But still it has strategy till 2050. See here in the picture, you can see that Norway's greenhouse gas emissions. The picture describes the Norwegian greenhouse gas emissions from 1990 to 2050. It is estimated actually to be zero by 2050. So as you see, previously in 1990, there was much pollution, like the colorful images you see, it is sources of pollution, like for example from agriculture, aviation, navigation, road traffic, energy and heating, manufacturing, oil and gas extraction. This is the sources from where this greenhouse gas emissions appeared and atmosphere spoiled. So the aim of Norway is to cut 90 to 95% of greenhouse gas emissions by 2020 to 2050. So it wants to be a low emission society. This another picture, as you see from the previous picture here, there is dots actually. It's estimated here, written, but shown with the dots. But the next picture, you see how it is described. Actually, the biggest gas emissions were from manufacturing industries and as you see, aviation, navigation, fishing, motorized equipment. This was the most from where gas emissions came out. So the least one was from agriculture. And in 1990, it was like, about 10, like half, about 5 million tons of CO2. But in 1990, these gases were above 40 and above 50 for aviation, navigation, and manufacturing industries. So it is estimated to be zero by 20 and 50. And Norway is working on it and trying to come and achieve its strategy. So nature and land as carbon sinks, forestry, land use and sustainable natural resource management are part of the plan. Forests and land water bodies should help absorb carbon while providing food, materials, and renewable energy. So revised every 5 years under law, the backbone of the strategy is the Norwegian Climate Change Act 2017, which requires the government to periodically review and update its greenhouse gas targets and report annually on progress. So they just control it, whether they are achieving their goal, whether the strategy is right on the right way. Therefore, they every 5 years, they just keep controlling. So now let's move to the international companies strategy. As all of us know that the United Nations strategy, right? This is a global control management. Actually, they mostly aim peacekeeping, human rights, protection strategy. These United Nations peacekeepers are the best blue helmet army in the world, having conducted 70 plus missions so far. Both Uzbekistan and Indonesia are members of this organization. ASEAN strategy, power through diplomacy, not force. Main strategy is peace, economic integration, neutrality. ASEAN is one of the most warlike blocs in the world. There has been no war between its members since 1967. So let's move to NATO. We all know about NATO. And NATO's essential and enduring purpose is to safeguard the freedom and security of all its members. It does this through political and military means, ensuring the collective defense of all allies against all threats from all directions. So now I'm going to talk about types of strategies that companies use for exporting their products. There are some companies, they use two strategies. For example, they use both transnational strategy, global strategy. Some use multi-domestic strategy. Some use only international strategy. What does it mean, actually, these strategies? Actually, it all depends on the company itself. Companies choose a strategy based on their goals and market conditions. Let's start from global strategy. It focuses mostly global efficiency and cost reduction. I want you to pay attention, like in the global strategies, you see that there is a cost reduction, a little cost reduction is there. So strategy is standardized products and marketing to achieve economies of scale across all markets. Example, a company that sells the exact same product in every country with minimum changes. For example, as you see this in our slides, for example, some brands we all know that about Apple, Samsung, Intel, Netflix, Coca-Cola, Microsoft. Apple, for example, it sells the same product. It produces in America, for example, it exports their products, but only slight changes are there. For example, they change in a plug from country to country, and also language requirements that are there. So they just change according to this. So, and also Netflix also sometimes customizes its channels or products according to the customers. So multi-domestic, for example, see, it focuses responding to local needs and preferences. For them, customer preferences is very important because customizes products, services, and the marketing to suit individual local markets. For example, food companies. See, a food company that creates different menu items for each country it operates in. Take, for example, Hilton and Marriott. This is hotels, right? These hotels, for example, customize its design, food menu according to the customer's preferences. L'Oreal, Procter & Gamble companies, they also change its fragrance according to the country's preferences. And McDonald's, for example, you cannot find McDonald's with meat or beef in India. You can only find McDonald's spicy paneer in India, or in Mac Arabia. They serve in Arabia different menu because they know that these people are Muslim and they don't eat pork and they don't serve them sausages, ham. This is the example how they just make marketing research there. Actually, before opening their branches there, what they do is they make marketing research. They will learn about the culture and customers' preferences. Afterwards, they just create menu according to their preferences, and they see, observe whether clients like it, or if they have some complaints, again, they keep changing because they want to sell their products, they want to get profit. So this is the things how they choose multi-domestic approach. Nestle also, this company also, for example, it has Maggi noodles, right? It has Maggi noodles with spices in India, but they don't eat garlic, onion type. Therefore, they don't they don't offer this fragrance there. So let's continue with transnational. It focuses achieving a balance between global efficiency and local responsiveness. Its strategies integrates operations across countries to share knowledge and resources while still adapting to local markets where necessary. As you see, pay attention, level of sugar in chocolates. They also customize, but not much, like multinational, multi-domestic. But whenever there is many, how to say, many, for example, how to say, rivals, like two different company but serve same products, right? So here what they do, they try to change the strategy, like level of sugar in chocolates. They try to pay attention to some preferences of the customers. So example, a company that develops a co-product globally, but allows for local customization and has a global network of specialized units that share expertise. Well, here are examples. McDonald's, as I said above, that's one firm may use two type of strategy. McDonald's, for example, we said they will choose, for example, chicken or other products for different countries, pork or sausages for European countries, like this. So Unilever also will change its fragrance, its style or layout for different countries. Toyota Motor Corporation, for example, Toyota, how it will change? It will change its engine, conditioner, and also it tries to be suitable for the roads of the different countries, because we know everywhere is different roads. Some countries are good at planting and they need vehicles for these ground areas. So Toyota Motor Corporation prepares cars for this country. Coca-Cola Company, for example. I will make an example. For example, Coca-Cola Company in Uzbekistan, what does seasonally change its layout? As you see in the picture, see, there is name of Uzbek people, girl's name, boy's name on the layout of Coca-Cola. For example, my name is Shaknoza. I may find Coca-Cola, name of Shaknoza. I can buy this Coca-Cola and also gift it to other students, like other friends, of course. So Samsung Electronic, Nestle, Starbucks. For example, Starbucks. Let's take Starbucks. Starbucks also serves its products in France differently, in other countries differently, because it adds some additional drinks. In France, it adds additional drinks, wines, maybe for clients. And Procter and Gamble, Lenovo. Lenovo changes key, layout of its keys on the computer. So keyboards layout, it will change. So like this, they will just customize their products according to the preferences of the clients. So international, now move to international. International actually strategy is such a strategy, you know, they produce only premium products, and they don't care about cost, then they don't care about preferences of the customers. They just produce and export it. How it is produced, it's exported like this. Marketing strategy also will not change. It just goes to other countries, and whoever can afford it, they can buy it. For example, Tesla cars, Rolex watch, or Harley Davidson motorcycle. These motorcycles are exported, for example, to other countries. People buy it because they want American look. They want a sound American. They want style of it. They like the engine. But this company doesn't changes regarding preferences of the customers. They just produce like this, and customers buy it. So I think it was clear for you all the types of strategies and international strategies. So I will continue with So I will continue with the conclusion of the strategy types. So to conclude our presentation, it is worth noting that each country and organization has its own specific strategy, which is a map that determines where they want to go and where they visualize themselves in the future. Furthermore, strategy requires focusing on the most important issues, which helps to prevent major problems and ensure the success within the specific time frame. So in overall, what I can say that strategy actually is very important for governments, companies, and organizations actually to achieve something in the future, because we are living, we want to be improved, we want to have sustainable development, we want to achieve some level in the future, right? This is because we do strategies. Without strategy, we cannot find our way, we cannot make a roadmap for ourselves. If we have strategy, we can concentrate on it, we can work on it, and we can find some resources to improve it. We just be in a dynamic level if we have strategy. For example, Uzbekistan has strategy and working on it, and even working with China to improve its condition. Even Indonesia working like for nature, they made strategy, right? And they start working on it. Like, you see that students, we also have the strategy, right? We are students, we are studying, we want to improve ourselves, we want to achieve something. Maybe some students wants to get some high score in IELTS, somebody wants to continue their education abroad in the future. So this is also your strategy, how you want to achieve, where you want to go, you just make a plans, right? This is the things that we want to achieve in this life. So strategy is such an important thing for our life. I hope it was interesting for you and understandable. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Do you have any questions, dear students? Was it clear? I hope it was understandable. My speech was understandable for you. Any questions from your side? Okay, if you don't have questions, I want to ask you a few questions. Is that fine with you? What is strategy? Just explain me with your own words. Who will answer? What is strategy? Please. What is strategy? Okay. Okay, then I will conclude myself. I will make overall, to sum up. Okay, strategy is, I will just remind you one more time. Strategy is the long-term plan. It can be conducted for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. So it's long-term plan of an individual or any organization or governments to achieve in the future. So international strategy, as we said, it includes 3 levels, right? First is government strategy, in multinational companies strategy, and company strategies, like companies which produce and export its products outside. So this is the things levels. And there were 4 international strategies for companies. They were global strategy, international strategy, multinational, multi-domestic strategy, and transnational strategies. And I also included Asian countries like Singapore, Thailand, Japan, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, and European countries, UK, and Norway, right? And we listed also brands like Apple, Netflix, Google for to exemplify the strategies like for 4 types of strategies. Now, if it is clear, can you make some additions regarding strategy or international strategy? Can you say something that you are observing in Indonesia about the strategy of Indonesia, how it is, how they are working on it? Can you say something about it? Anybody? Can you say? Can you share with me? Dear students, do you have any questions regarding today's topic? Does anybody give questions? No? No questions?
Hello, Prof. I want question for you. First of all,
Okay.
thank you for the knowledge. And I will
Mhm.
ask about multi-domestic strategy for food companies. In
Mhm.
case of KFC, McD, and
Mhm.
etc. Now, adapting their menu in different country.
Mhm.
Now,
Yes.
what challenge might the company face when applying a multi-domestic strategy, considering the different people, different taste
Mhm.
of local people?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you for your question. Very good question, actually. Multi-domestic companies, before opening the branch there, first of all, they will take space and they will open their branches. Before doing that, they will make research. They will learn about people, cultures, their preferences. This is itself the big process for them, actually, but it requires, marketing requires this. So after learning this, once they prepare, they of course they have to learn the menu of these people, right? And they face challenges like maybe food preferences and menu differences. And for that reason, what they do is they have to hire people from that country itself. For example, in India, if they want to open branch in India, we know that only Indian people know that about their own people's taste, about their preferences. Once they hire that people in the kitchen, for example, in the preparing processes, and they also ask from these people, and these people also help them to find spices, other nutrients from the market, and prepare it according to the preferences. After that, after even serving, they will observe, they will take surveys, they make surveys and take ask questions from people whether taste is okay, if any changes are required from people. Again, they work on it. It actually takes time, and it takes time and processes, of course. And maybe they may feel the challenge like finding nutrients, but if they hire people from that country itself, they can easily just overcome this problem. Any questions?
Nothing, Prof. Thank you for the insight.
Okay, anybody, any questions? Okay, can I give you a question? Your name is Winka, right? No? What is your name? The question, the girl, you gave me question, right? Dear student. I wanted to ask about your own strategy. What about your own strategy? As students, you are master degree students, right? You are studying now. What is your strategy? What do you want to achieve in the future? If somebody wants to share, please. Anybody? Any questions? If you don't have any questions, I will finish here my presentation. Thank you for your attention and attendance. I hope my lecture was understandable, easy to understand, and beneficial for you. Okay, take care of yourself and your relatives. Good luck for your studies. So I'll finish here. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.